Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Stephen Choi. This is Trading with Livevol. This is where I trade my Reg T account, real Reg T account, and I use LVX, and you guys can kind of see how I use the software. So let's actually go to the scorecard. Looks like I'm up a little bit today, mostly flat, just up a little. Most of it from looks like this Facebook rebounding. So let me actually go to my Facebook position. So as you guys know, after the earnings, I was thinking like Facebook would hang around the 62 to 65 range. That obviously did not happen. It actually went down to like 55 bucks. Let me actually update this. Yeah, so I was thinking maybe I'll hang out here and hopefully I'll go back up by May expiration. And I'm still kind of hoping it does that. Maybe it might go up sooner, but that's what I have so far in Facebook. So I don't really have too much just because I'm pretty much maxed out on my margin. So I can I don't have too much to do. So I did, as you guys know, I did do Tesla yesterday. All it has been doing is going up. So I'm down a little bit, but in the end, I think I'm just gonna, I might actually start rolling June, July, August. So I actually have 3 months to roll this, and hopefully I can get some enough return on premium to pay for these calls or something. But it's early, so I have to wait. They're kind of like my hedge against the Facebook because these they're almost like similar stocks in terms of their movement, even though I think maybe fundamentally Facebook is a little better. And then the other position I have is Micron. As you guys know, I have these calls. Basically, I'm still holding them. And then BAC, which had that bad news. But in the end, if you look at the spread right here, let me pull it up. Buying this and selling this. Yeah, they're about 81 cents. So they're down about 16 cents from when I put on the trade. And normally yesterday I would have probably loaded up on more, but in the end I just let it go. Maybe I can buy some more here because you're basically putting up 80 cents to make $1.20. Right, so in the end, one of the things people ask me about this trade, what you would do if you were gonna, let's say you were gonna buy stock for 16 bucks because you were bullish on Bank of America back when I put this trade on, right? Basically, if you thought it would appreciate like 20%, let's say you're going to buy 1,000 shares, right? It'll cost you about 16 grand, and you make about 3,200 if it went up 20%, right? So that could be like kind of your logic behind buying any stock is you want it to appreciate like 20%, maybe more, and you can get 20% return on the money invested, right, or more. So you could actually theoretically invest 3,200 in this call spread, and you'll make 3,200. And that could be similar to making money, but you actually don't need the Bank of America stock to appreciate 20%, which means that Bank of America stock has to go to 1920 at the time of the trade when you made it, when it was 16, but you only needed to go up to 17, right? And the most you would lose is pretty much 20% of what you put down versus buying stock. So you can kind of look at it that way. In either way, I think this is a good trade, and you know, I would love to like add more to it if I had more in my account. So that's B of A. Let me actually look at MU. Oh yeah, I just covered MU, right? Right. So I had some guests yesterday. They're very cool guys. They, you know, the guys who are part of the San Francisco options group, and you know they trade a lot. And you know, one of the gentlemen suggested I sell a put in. Let me actually see which one I have. Right, June 33 put. Because it was a good time to sell. So I basically sold one for 94 cents. So I have the same trade as those guys, so I'm hoping it'll work out. Basically, I think I'm supposed to put in a bid for like 47 cents. And that will be closing, right? So buy. Yes, I don't think it's going to fill today, but who knows? So I'm trying to make, you know, if it decays half, that's what I'm trying to get at. But, you know, I appreciated those guys coming out and checking me out in terms of the place where I broadcast and kind of like the way I use the software to trade. So it was great. Hopefully those guys visit me a little bit more going forward. So I want to give you guys a little shout out for those of you guys who visited me yesterday. In terms of like trades, I know I talked about this yesterday in a DBD, right? Diebold. And I was talking about how people are buying these May 40 puts, and then they rolled into just June 40 puts. So for some reason, it's not showing up the OI on these, but basically they made a bet for 250, and looks like it worked out, but it didn't really work out that much, right? So it's you know, it's down $2. The reason it was kind of interesting to me was the guy just bought the May 40 puts, and then now he's buying the June 40 puts just before earnings, and basically looks like you know, he's gonna make some money, right? So if I look at this, you see how the biggest trade was people buying these June 40 puts for around 250, and then if you look at this day, people were actually buying the May 40 puts just a few days ago. So you know, basically people were betting heavily in terms of the two biggest open interests that the stock was going to go down. The reason I didn't piggyback it was the vol was kind of high, and you know, for the risk reward, it didn't really seem like it was that great, right? Because they're paying 250, they're right, and it's only up like $1. So you can almost make the case that if their earnings was bad, you can buy the puts now and write it down even further, right? So that's DBD. There was a trade. I know you guys, for those of you guys who follow me, I use this a lot to kind of generate some ideas, and this just spits out every trade that's 1,000 contracts or more. And I noticed this trade come through. Now, not really sure, you know, what this index is because I never actually traded it before. The interesting part was that somebody bought these puts, the OCT24 puts, pretty much like about 10,000 times. Nothing traded today except those, pretty much. And let me actually go to October. So here you are. You have all these puts that are trading. We'll see what happens. But I thought it was interesting, just because, you know, there isn't too much action here on this stock. I think the average volume is 50. So the fact that somebody did 10,000 seemed like something that's noteworthy. In terms of earnings, I was looking through it. There isn't too much earnings. I know I did talk to you guys about Vail, how people are buying calls, but today it didn't seem like they were buying as many calls. Although this is still relatively bullish if you look at all these volume block trades, right? And this is the chart leading up to it. Maybe I'll put it here. So, you know, to me, like none of the earnings really kind of stuck out to me. I think I used to trade this stock quite a few kind of ways back, Taser, but I don't think it trades too much. Looks like some call activity, but in general, pretty light. And then I think, as you guys know, yesterday I was thinking there could be a strategy where all these high flyers, you just sell a call spread before earnings, because it seems like no matter what, they just sell off, right? So yesterday, like all these stocks kept on selling off hard. So we'll see. So this is interesting. Maybe there's an opportunity there if it goes up a little bit more to sell some kind of call spread on these things. But you know, we'll see. So right now, if you look at Yelp, it's saying it's going to move about 6.5%, and the last 4 earnings it moved 18%. So the vol is really inexpensive compared to historical earnings, and you know, so we'll see what happens on this one. It will be interesting to see what the outcome is, right? Because and they don't do it. They don't announce earnings until tomorrow after the close, so you'll actually have time to trade tomorrow. But I'm kind of keeping an eye on it. If it keeps going up, that might be a good way to sell the call spread. Now, I generally think they're going to have good earnings, right? Just because it seems like some of these food company stuff guys are doing pretty well, and there seems to be like these kind of stocks everywhere, you know, like Open Table, Yelp, etc., etc. So you know, I think generally they probably will have some decent earnings because most of these stocks did have good earnings in terms of, like, I guess growth more than anything, more than earnings itself. But you know, is the growth going to be enough for this stock to keep going up? So, you know, my thinking is like I'll wait until tomorrow, see how the action is, and if it looks favorable, I might actually put some on. But for now, it's not really, you know, implying too much of a move so far. So, you know, most likely it'll go higher, but we'll see. So let me see, 134. Yeah, so I think Yelp is actually gonna move. It's actually it looks like it's actually gonna move like 11%, indicating not or 10%, not the 6.5%. But anyway, like tomorrow I'll get a brand new sheet, I'll look at it, and then I'll make my decisions then. So until then, there's nothing much going on. Tomorrow, we're gonna have a new person doing a video blog, John Bloor. He's a really good guy, so he's gonna do his first video blog for everybody here. So I'm pretty excited about that. I was supposed to go to the OIC, but good news is that I decided not to go. So I'm going to be with you guys for the rest of the week. So it'll be pretty exciting. A lot of the earnings stuff, to me, there's nothing here that's really kind of screaming at me to do. But if I find one, I'll let you guys know. And in terms of my position, it's almost like I'm, I don't have too much room for any other movement. So the thing I want to do is try to reduce this data somehow, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But so far, I'm not having as good a success. But I think eventually it'll work out. So I'm still trying to figure out how to get some data positive and then try to take my shots. But right now, I haven't figured out the formula. Unless like my strategy is just to sell premium as a strategy. So until then, I'll see how it goes. Other than that, hope your trading goes well. And I broadcasted a little early because I have a bunch of stuff to do, and this was my only free time. So hopefully you guys, if you guys tune in at 10, you guys will see that this video is already done. But anyway, take care, and I'll talk to you guys soon.